Welcome back, your Wake Up Nigeria. Of course, it's time for book chat. And joining me on the show this morning is Emetu Chukwuebuka, aka Cosmic Macduff. He's the CEO of Macduff Group, a vid philanthropist, and the author of the book Get Pregnant Before Marriage, a book that intends to put real meaning to all real pregnancy. Welcome to the show.
Thank you very much.
Quite an interesting title for a book that has absolutely nothing that says about real-life pregnancy.
Yeah.
Now, let's talk about your inspiration for the book. Writing a book about women, what inspired that?
Okay. I remember when I was in primary school.
Yeah.
I picked up a book, and that was Every Woman. I don't know if you know about Every Woman.
Yes.
Yeah. So when I read that book, it gave me a lot of inspiration on how amazing women can be.
Okay.
And a whole lot of things about women.
Okay.
So I picked the interest in women because I believe that women are not just people who are meant to be in the kitchen. They are people who are meant to, expand their horizon and, get to have more of value in order to give back to the society.
And you mentioned many and more of that in this book.
Exactly.
All right. You used a lot of interesting innuendos, though.
Yeah.
When talking about, how a woman should be pregnant with, values that precedes her, as she goes on into, becoming a woman, a full woman,
exactly.
And thriving in a society.
Exactly.
Now, let's talk about the first chapter here, which talks about the woman and the world.
Mm-hmm.
Tell us about that.
Okay, the woman and the world there is this view that people see women to be. And that view is like, when you see a woman, all you look at, I can be a bit vulgar, when you look at a woman, all you see is her boobs, her body shape.
She's often objectified.
Often, both on magazines, you see a woman, all you can think of is her body. And for me as a person, it's actually not that kind of view I see women to be. When you look at organizations today, women are actually taking up positions in human resource management, becoming CEOs, becoming top management, and all that. And for example, you look at, there's a company, Chimac Group, headed by Sir Max Man Ijoma, and you see that the GMD of the global organization is a woman. Now, why is it a woman? It's because women make everything to become a home. So when you give a woman something, she multiplies it.
Yeah, we're natural homemakers.
Natural. So it's something interesting for people to know out there. And that's why I said the woman and the world.
I like your interesting take on Mary, which you used as a case study here. And then there were a few things you highlighted, which, one reading this book would never have seen it from your own perspective.
Thank you.
So enlighten us more on it.
Now, you see, Mary is somebody we all know.
Yes.
From the Bible, as a Christian. I'm a Christian. And Mary showed utmost virtue when it comes to womanhood. And she's someone that sets her standards, that this is something I am. Knowing herself more means that you are free. Because when you know yourself more, you become free. Because sometimes we look at nothing where there is something, and we look at something where there is nothing. And it makes us not to actually understand where we are heading to. But when a woman understands the life pattern of Mary in the Bible, she sets her standard. And you know the interesting part? A man cannot just approach you and say nonsense to you. Because he has already seen that this person has value, skills, and other things. There will be this kind of fear that will actually, before a man can come to you, that will grip you before you can meet that kind of lady. So it's actually what you allow the world to see that attracts. So if you're a woman and you want everybody to see your body, it means that you'll be attracting the kind of men that will be, wanting your body.
So that says a lot about how a woman should dress.
Exactly.
Oh, fantastic intake on that one. All right, so now you actually debunked a lot of myths in this book about women. embracing power, women who have been in power over the years, and women who are actually in power and things that are expected of them. Can you elaborate more on that?
Yeah, I believe that women are more, and women should be able to, you know, have that sense of power. And when I say power, it's not that, you know, you taking over the dominance of men. Like the way we see feminism, all this feminist. That's not it. When you talk about power, it's about value system. When you look at your home, people like Okonjo Iweala, she still have a home and she's still global. So these are the kind of power every woman should look at. Not being, you know, subjecting yourself that you cannot be able to achieve more than who you are. So that's what I see as power.
Yeah, I also noted that you used your PA as, you know, an example when talking about respect, how women should respect themselves, and, you know, they would also be respected back. But in this society, it's not the case in many cases.
Of course, that's the problem. And it's time we begin to actually enlighten people that women should not just be treated anyhow.
Yeah.
They should be given that respect.
Okay.
Because when you give a woman respect, you experience amazing, you know, there's this there's this amazing nature of a woman.
Yeah.
So if you give her the respect, she gives you also one of the best in her. So that's a woman. So this is my PA. I did a philanthropist when I gave out 10 sewing machines to people in Makoko.
Okay.
So she was there.
Okay.
She helped in everything that we did in order to actually, you know, push out the information to people. She was the one that went and bought 400 pieces of mosquito net that we gave out. I was just, you know, that is the essence of a woman. When you have a woman that understands her work, you don't have to worry yourself. You just go and sleep. She will do the whole thing for you.
All right. You had an interesting message here for young ladies who, you know, there is just a lot of notion around them. So quickly, what message do you have for young girls? I
actually just want to let the young ladies out there to know that what you want to be, you can actually become it.
Yeah.
Don't be afraid of what the society says about you as a woman.
Yeah.
But you can also show the world that you are better off than what the world is actually seeing of you.
Fantastic. Thank you so much, Emetu. Cosmic, interesting book, I must say. And a lot of young girls will, of course, learn a lot from this book. It preaches values, and it's an interesting read. Thank you so much. All right, so after, you know, giving so much, we are going to replenish it. So we have something for you in the kitchen. Do you mind?
Well, I actually would love that.
All right, great. So let's go to the kitchen.